Right now, of all the states in the Midwest, Wisconsin ranks first for vaccine exemptions in kindergartners. Why health professionals are concerned ahead of the school year.
And we're live from Buck and Honey's breaking down a brand new Badger show. What's the Wisconsin Huddle?
And we're following breaking news from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, where a faculty member was shot and killed. One person in custody. What we know about the alleged shooter. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. As students start heading back to school, new data from the CDC finds Wisconsin has the highest rate of vaccine exemptions in the Midwest.
That's catching the attention of local doctors who are encouraging vaccinations ahead of the school year to make sure kids stay healthy. Catherine Merck spoke with an expert who has a message for parents tonight.
I took a look at the numbers today. This is the data from the CDC, which has been turned into this map by Axios. The darker blue colors are the highest numbers with vaccine exemptions. And as you can see, Wisconsin is a very dark blue compared to the surrounding states in the Midwest, something of concern for health professionals as you get ready to send your kids back to the classroom.
The more exemptions that there are, especially in kindergarten, the less protected we are as a community, the less protected children are in schools.
Michael Niles with the Rock County Health Department says the best time for kids to be vaccinated is when they're young.
Being a child in school is a little different than anything you experience when you get older, because you are in a situation where you are close together with other children, touching similar things that other children are, even more so than in middle school or high school, college.
While COVID-19 vaccinations are not required for young children attending public schools in Wisconsin, data from Axios points out that concerns over that shot may be fueling broader vaccine skepticism.
It comes down to the service availability.
According to this strategist, the pandemic influenced how vaccines were distributed, which could also impact the numbers.
For a variety of reasons, the COVID pandemic severely limited our ability as health systems across the country to provide services.
As the school year approaches, perhaps this data reveals that now is the best time to get a vaccination.
Getting your child vaccinated remains a top priority.
Axios says further research is needed before definitely saying that skepticism around the COVID shot is leading to higher childhood vaccination exemption rates. But the Pew Research Center found that those who are not vaccinated for COVID-19 are generally among those most likely to express concern about childhood vaccines.
Well, there are multiple vaccination clinics for children in the weeks and months to come if any parents need to get those immunization records updated. So these clinics are put on by Public Health Madison and Dane County in partnership with SSM Health, Madison Schools, Group Health Cooperative, and UW Health. To make an appointment, all you have to do is visit publichealthmdc.com. Breaking news from the University of North Carolina. Authorities there say a faculty member was shot and killed on campus today.
After several hours of lockdowns, a suspect who is a grad student at the school is now in custody. Students and staff barricaded themselves in dorm rooms, classrooms, and library study areas after an all-campus alert went out about there being an armed, dangerous person on campus. The suspect was arrested just a few miles away. The name of the victim has not been released at this time. Stay with News 3 Now at 10 later tonight. For any new information, we'll bring it to you once it's available.
Well, we started off the work week with comfortable temperatures. If today's weather was good for you, expect more of the same this week.
Jacob Madison joins us with details in his First Warn forecast. Jacob?
Yeah, for the rest of August, which is until Thursday, we are going to remain very comfortable. But once September starts, it's actually going to warm up quite a bit for Labor Day weekend. I'll talk about that later, but first, here's a look at the current temperatures. Very nice right now. 78 is the current temperature in Madison. Places near Iowa are in the 80s, and places closer to the lake are a bit cooler with temperatures in the middle 70s. Now, a big reason that these temperatures are not only good but also feel comfortable is the dew points are a lot lower than what we saw last week during the heat wave. We have dew points in the 50s with some areas in the lower 60s, but for the most part, even when these temperatures do warm up for Labor Day weekend, the heat index values will likely be a lot lower because the dew points will be lower. Wind speeds have also been very relaxed, calm winds for some areas. Wind speeds right now are all below 10 miles per hour. Current radar is very clear, but we do have the chance for some light showers this evening and overnight. Not expected to amount to much, but if we look at future track, we could see a few showers pop up, especially further north, probably north of our area in the central and northern portion of the state. But definitely don't be surprised if you see a few raindrops during the morning hours. Not expected to see a lot by the afternoon. We are going to see partly cloudy skies tonight with lows in the 60s. I'll talk more in detail about just how hot it could get over Labor Day weekend coming up later in the show.
Jacob, thank you. It is officially game week for the Badger football team, but ahead of Saturday's game against Buffalo, there's a new sports show for the diehard Badger fans that'll get you closer to the action than ever before.
News 3 sports director Zach Hanley is live tonight at Buck and Honey's in Sun Prairie for the first taping of a very special show. And Zach, tell us about the Wisconsin Huddle.
Well, I don't want to give too much away because I want you to tune in Fridays at 6:30, but this show is like any other show except we have co-hosts that are actual Wisconsin football players. Braylon Allen, Tanner Mordecai, Chimere DK are going to join me during football season, plus some other guys. And then when we get to basketball season, you know, Tyler Wall, Chucky Hepburn, they're going to sit right here next to me. We're going to break down the game. We're going to preview the game, but also we're going to take you inside the life and what they like to do away from football, basketball, women's hockey, volleyball. You name the sport, we're going to cover it right here at Buck and Honey's.
So, Zach, some viewers may remember another Wisconsin sports show you've done called the Badger Blueprint. So how is the Wisconsin Huddle different from that?
So basically, I like to describe the Wisconsin Huddle as like the Badger Blueprint on steroids, where instead of 5 to 7 minutes, it's a jam-packed 30-minute show. I'm actually going to play Bags with Chimere DK on episode 1, and we're going to get to know the athlete as a person besides just their accolades and what they do on the field. So, again, it is like the Badger Blueprint, but on steroids.
Oh, okay. Legal steroids
Yes,
here we're
yes.
talking. Okay.
Yeah, legal steroids, yes.
Zach, thank you very much. Well, First Lady Jill Biden is going to make a stop in Madison Thursday. That's her first visit here in 3 years. Dr. Biden is expected to tout progress of the president's Cancer Moonshot Initiative, a goal of reducing cancer deaths by at least 50% over the next 25 years. She will also be speaking at an event with the National Education Association and American Federation of Teachers, then at a political finance event in the evening with Senator Tammy Baldwin. Her last visit in 2020 was to campaign for her husband ahead of the election that year.
A new shared facility in McFarland for police, fire, and EMS opened its doors this morning, located on the southeast corner of Holscher Road at Broadhead Street. The new Public Safety Center is more than 56,000 square feet, and that alleviates some space constraints from the old home at the McFarland Municipal Center. The new location of McFarland's Municipal Court is also inside the new Public Safety Center. The village's fire chief says one of the best features here is they have the space to house firefighter and EMT recruits while they're undergoing training.
One of the nicest features of this is actually our dorm space, located up on the second floor, but it has great visual connection back to the first floor overlooking the bay, and it is sized in a way that we can be able to staff 12 future firefighters, EMTs out of this facility.
A fun fact about the building is that it's good for the environment as well. It is Wisconsin's first net zero public safety center.
Madison police arrested a man Friday who they say was found with a stolen package and other items in his possession. Multiple people reported a 41-year-old man taking items from homes and businesses on Langdon Street. Officers found him and some of those items at James Madison Park that afternoon. He tried to run but was quickly arrested. He was given a felony order in citation for bail jumping, resisting a peace officer, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Well, today marks the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington, where Martin Luther King Jr. was immortalized, delivering his I Have a Dream speech.
And Jalen Banks joins us now on how that act of unity has helped shape Madison. Jalen?
And that act of unity all the way in Washington, D.C. has touched and changed hearts all the way here in Madison. Though we have come pretty far in the last 60 years, the journey isn't over.
60 years. That's how long it's been since thousands joined the March on Washington, an event that would send countless people home with the message of unity in their hearts, including Madison, who has its own Urban League, an organization aimed at spreading equality for underserved people.
Along with Dr. Martin Luther King was Whitney Young, who was the national president of the Urban League at that time, who also, helped organize the march. Back at that time, we were marching for our civil rights. And today, we're still fighting for many of those rights. And so the march this past weekend is still needed.
And the message over the weekend for those who marched on Washington yet again was the job is not finished.
60 years later in this great country, we've come a long way, but we still have some things that have to be worked out. So we're here today to continue our march toward a more perfect union.
Dad would probably say, now is the time. We must preserve, protect, and expand democracy.
For Madison, the Urban League continues that same message with causes like the Black Business Hub set to be completed at the end of the year. But they say we must keep going.
Is that we have to defend diversity, equity, and inclusion. We got to fight today just as hard as they fought back in 1963 to uphold, to make sure that we have equality and equal rights in the boardroom, in the classrooms, and all across the nation. We have to level the playing field.
In Madison, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
More local stories still ahead tonight at 6.
We'll introduce you to a local family on a mission to give back to the community, what they're doing to help neighborhood students get ready for school. Stay with us.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are ground beef, $2.99 for a 1-pound roll. Select Pepsi products, $3.75 each when you buy 4. And Lay's kettle cooked or Munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 3. Only at Hy-Vee.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know.
What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale is bigger than ever with huge savings throughout the store and hundreds of incredible bonus buys. Like a Beauty Rest Queen mattress, $3.99. This sofa, $4.99. Dining table, only $7.49. A queen bed, now $7.79. Plus, right now, save up to 40% on patio furniture. And make your new room more affordable when you use our 72-month financing. It's Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Nabisco snack crackers or Ritz, 2 for $5. Basket and bushel red seedless grapes, $1.48 a pound. And buy 3, get 2 free on select Coke products. Only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
There will be a new face instructing some students at Sauk Prairie High School this upcoming school year. One teacher comes from Taiwan as part of the U.S. Department's Teachers of Critical Languages program. Lo Yuting will spend half of her days teaching Mandarin Chinese to high schoolers, and the other half will be focused on outreach and learning within the district and out in the Prairie du Sac community. The Teachers of Critical Languages program is designed to help more American students study Chinese and Arabic. Districts throughout the U.S. host a teacher from China, Taiwan, Egypt, or Morocco for 1 year. Well, we know going back to school can cost families in the hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in preparing their kids for the new year.
And it's for that reason one family's trying to help out others across the 608. Monique Gentry-White runs Mo's Caring Hands, a local business specializing in care in the comfort of your own home. Her family held an event on Madison's North Side last weekend, helping kids with all their back-to-school needs. This was the first time they've hosted something like this, and for Monique and her family, it's all about giving back.
We opened our business about 2 years ago. We're a home health company, so we send out our caregivers out in the community to let people age in place, physically disabled, developmentally disabled, frail elders, and we just wanted to give back to the community that we serve. So we wanted to give free backpacks, free haircuts for the upcoming school year.
And through their efforts in their first event of this kind, the family was able to give out more than 200 backpacks and fed more than 200 kids. Monique says this is just the start. She hopes to keep her mission going, helping the community with a helping hand in the future. And if you'd like to learn more about Mo's Caring Hands or how you can help out, look for this story at channel3000.com. If you've started your back-to-school shopping, you've probably felt it in your wallet.
Still ahead, it is predicted spending on back-to-school supplies will decrease by at least 10%. Inflation is having a big impact on how parents are shopping ahead of the school year.
And more comfortable temperatures are ahead in your first warn forecast. Jacob's back with those details when we return.
Okay, Floor and Decor, show me what you've got. Now this tile says spa day all day, but this tile says classic on glam. And this modern look, it's sleek yet chic. Okay, I've got it. Everything I need to pull this project together, and all at the perfect price.
At Floor & Decor, you can realize any aspirational project at an inspirational price. Because with an unmatched selection of high-quality products, all at everyday low prices, your bathroom upgrade has never been more you. Discover Floor & Decor today.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Inflation has gone up more than 3% this year. You've likely felt the impact at the grocery store or at the pump.
But what about with your child's school supplies? Kyle Pazorski reports on the challenges parents are seeing this school year in the back-to-school aisles.
From rising prices of books to pencils, inflation is having a significant impact on going back to school this year. It's one of the reasons why the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County serve more than 500 students in their Stuff the Bus campaign in partnership with News 3 Now. Taylor Jackson says many families are relying on the generosity of others to make back to school less stressful.
Just to walk into that first day of school confident, knowing that they have everything that they need, not having to worry and stress about that period of getting all these supplies and things to go back to school.
Inflation has impacted everything in the school supply aisle. Last year, the price for red pens was $6.19. This year, $6.98. That's a 9.5% increase. Notebooks also saw an increase of 4.4%. Most students in our area return to the classroom next week, Tuesday, September 5th. Reporting in Madison, Kyle Pazorski, News 3 Now.
And Jacob's back, a full check of our first warn forecast and keeping an eye on the tropics as well, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the tropics before we get into the Madison forecast. Now, there are actually two tropical storms, well, one tropical storm and one hurricane right now in the Atlantic. Now, Hurricane Franklin at the moment is the more powerful of the two, but the good thing with Hurricane Franklin is that the track of it will keep it out in the Atlantic Ocean, although it might impact Bermuda, not expected to impact any parts of the United States or the Caribbean. Now, looking at Tropical Storm Idalia, now this one is expected to track right into Florida, and it's also expected to strengthen as it gets there. So right now it's a tropical storm. It's expected to strengthen into at least a hurricane, possibly even a major hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. It's projected to reach Category 3 level, which is a major hurricane level, possibly even stronger because the conditions are favorable, and we could see wind gusts up to 150 miles per hour within the eye, and also some pretty significant storm surge. Now, as this makes landfall, it will diminish a little bit, and as it moves to the mid-Atlantic, it's not going to be as severe, but may produce some heavy rainfall. So, a lot going on down south, and for our area, we're not expecting to see a lot of rainfall, but we are going to see some pretty above average temperatures as we head into Labor Day. Now, for the next couple of days, it's going to remain comfortable, and it's also going to remain pretty dry with the exception of a few showers tonight. And as I mentioned, pretty warm for Labor Day weekend. Now, tonight, not going to be too bad. Pretty comfortable during the overnight hours. A little bit above average, but not terribly mild. Lows will be in the 60s for a lot of our areas. And tomorrow is going to be a very nice day once again with highs in the upper 70s, but some areas getting into the lower 80s. Wednesday, it actually might feel a little chilly even during the afternoon hours. High temperatures will only be in the lower 70s. We also are going to see a little bit of a wind, but the wind isn't going to be too bad. For the most part, Wednesday will definitely be below average, but beginning Thursday, we're going to start to see those temperatures warm up. Still comfortable Thursday, a little bit warm Friday, not too bad. Saturday is when it's really going to start to get pretty warm, and then we likely will get into the 90s for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But the good news is that with this heat wave compared to last week's heat wave, the dew points are going to be a lot lower, so we're not expecting to see heat index values anywhere close to what we saw last week, but possibly we could see the heat index values approach 100, but probably not going to get anywhere close to 110, 115 that we saw last week. But here's a look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. It's going to remain very hot across our area. So unfortunately, it is going to be a pretty warm start to September, and there's not a whole lot of signs of the warm temperatures ending. So if we look at the 10-day forecast, we'll still see high temperatures in the upper 80s for next Wednesday and Thursday. Now, we definitely have seen the hottest temperatures of the year pass. That was last week, but it's still going to be pretty hot for Labor Day. Now, if you can handle the heat, keep your outdoor plans in place if you have any plans for Labor Day weekends, but just be prepared. You know, we talked about all the heat safety tips. You can follow them again, drink plenty of water and take breaks from the heat because it definitely could get pretty warm for Labor Day weekend.
Coming up in sports, no more speculation, no more hype. Game week is finally here for Wisconsin football. Hear how Luke Fickell's rallying the troops for his Camp Randall debut. That's coming up next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You've got this. You didn't think your sister would take you up on the dog sitting offer, but here you are. Barriers? Purchased. Doggy distractions? No expense spared. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So when you have to make a purchase, or 7, to prepare, you can be sure we're looking out for you, so you can look out for him. You've got this with Associated Bank.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups? Scheduled. Work? Bust. Treat dispenser? Treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One. Gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
Save big money with the 11% off everything at Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out, building the highest quality doors in a wide selection of styles. Pick up this 3-panel mission-style exterior door with top light for just $299.99 after rebate. Let in fresh air with Larson Storm Doors. This mid-view storm door features a screen-away retractable screen. It's just $219.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Time to say goodbye to summer. School's starting for a lot of students here at the 608.
Tomorrow, Josh is live in Wanakee ahead of their first day of classes.
And it looks like Summer Like Heat will return for the upcoming Labor Day weekend. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
Week one is always incredibly intriguing. I think obviously in year one, it's even more so, right? For me, for all of our players. I kind of said this morning, it's almost like, Christmas morning.
It was almost exactly 9 months ago that Wisconsin hired Luke Fickell as their next head football coach. And we've spent the better part of this year speculating on what's to come. But speculate no more. Game week is finally here. The Fickell era kicks off at Camp Randall this Saturday at 2:30 when Wisconsin hosts Buffalo. Wisconsin opens as a 28-point favorite in the season opener, but after 9 months of training, 9 months of hype and expectations, at this point, this team's just ready to play some football.
A little bit of nerves, but mostly just anxious. You're just excited. You put all this time in all year, and now it's the first opportunity of the year to really go show it.
Just trust your coaching, trust your preparation, and just live and die on that. Because, we've been preparing for this since last season ended. So it's just like, trust everything that you've done up until this point.
Wisconsin volleyball couldn't have asked for a better start to their season this weekend. They beat number 15 Baylor and swept TCU, and they were rewarded for it. In this morning's rankings, Wisconsin moved up to the #1 team in the nation. But that doesn't faze this group. As they said a few weeks ago, they know they're all aiming for another national championship, but they don't talk about that. So when it comes to being ranked #1, it's safe to say they don't care.
It's the exact same thing of if we're unranked. It's the exact same thing if we become 25th or 10th or 2nd or 1st. It's just it's never talked about, and not because it's taboo. It's just we don't care.
I know football and volleyball are in the air, but so is September baseball. It's right around the corner, and the Brewers have won a season-best 8 straight games, giving them a 4-game cushion over the Cubs in the NL Central. And tonight, the Crew put that streak on the line at Wrigley when they open a 3-game set with the Cubs that might just be the biggest series of the year. It's a 7:05 first pitch. The Crew have Wade Miley on the mound.
Those are going to be 3 big games.
My
Get
goodness.
ready, folks. All right, Jacob, final check of the forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be nice the next couple of days, but for game day on Saturday, will be a bit warm. Not as bad as it will be on Labor Day, where high temperatures will likely get to the lower 90s. Now, as I mentioned, although it will be humid by the middle of next week, it does look like this heat wave won't be as humid as last week, so those heat index values will probably not be anywhere close to what we saw last week. So we'll probably see heat index values maybe close to 100, but they'll likely be in the 90s. So although it looks pretty similar, at least in terms of the actual temperatures, to last week's in some regards, it's not going to be as bad. But definitely hot nonetheless. Don't let that discourage you. It's definitely going to be pretty hot for some.
All right, Jacob, thanks. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.